It's Too T3rpd.
So, first question.
Okay.
Do you freestyle?
No.
Oh, we got close. It was close. We got hella close. But not close enough because it's the Too T3rpd podcast, and it's your boy Donovan, a.k.a. Mr. You Knew What It Was when you signed up.
It's Lila, a.k.a. your girl from Grow Gear. And we have Jamie from JEM Glass. Oh, well. So,
took over that.
I know. I just told Donovan before we started, I'm like, you introduce her. And then I had already been smoking. It's been a little bit of a weekend. We're here at Lake of the Ozarks. You party at Lake of the Ozarks. And, it's been that kind of weekend.
That's good, though.
But yeah, if you would have just been the one to freestyle and be the one, because Donovan asks people that a lot, and if you that would have been amazing.
I'm pretty good at like Weird Owl style things. Like if you get a beat, like a song going, I can make up something. You know?
Okay.
But it's got to be Weird Owl style.
All right. Well, when you said funkadelic, I was like, okay, she know the vibes. I was like, all right, she kind of tight.
And that doesn't mean I freestyle though.
But still, I mean, it don't mean you freestyle, but you with the shits a little bit. I see you. All right, so I guess I'll give a little depiction on how we first met. Yeah. So shout out to BC Glassworks and his event.
Yep.
I was walking, and I happened to see this one right in front of you, the rainbow pipe, Sherlock. And I was like, wow, that is really dope. So then I told you that I liked it, and then you started showing me a bunch of the other pieces. So then I was like, I want to have you on my show. And you're like, okay. But I live in the Lake of the Ozarks. And I was like, first time we're going to be able to expand for once.
Yeah.
And so, like, this is first before we had too many people outside of St. Louis on. Yeah. But now this is perfect time, and this is perfectly fitting because we wanted to have this for a while now. But, we came out for the Mo Canna Expo. So here we are making some more connections outside of Missouri. And look at us. Now we're in the Lake of the Ozarks. We came to your turf.
Yeah, you did.
Instead of you coming to us, we came to you.
Very convenient, yes.
Hey, well, I mean, you made it worth it. Look at all this bomb-ass glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rainbow Sherlock piece is so cool. There's an octopus hanging out, like, off the bottom of it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait. All right. My bad. We got to hear from the studio audience. Don't get it twisted. Just because we on location don't mean we left the studio audience out. They're still out here. Wait, where they at? Yeah, there they are. Yeah, that's studio audience.
Oh, that felt good.
Yeah, all them people. Come on now. You see all these people out here. Come on now.
We have extra sound effects today. You'll hear like a little boat dock, rocking around, little bird sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. We got y'all see the views. These are dope.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Lake life going on.
Yeah, we might not be able to make this a Patreon. This might have to go straight to the YouTubes.
Right?
Yeah, the views. This is worth it, yo. This is dope.
It's very beautiful here. I love living here. We're about 5 minutes from the lake, but, we swim in it a ton. So.
Okay. So what's it normally like, just like on normal times, not during the summer?
Oh, slow. A lot of places close down. Yeah, it's a lot slower, but it is so crowded. Just like driving from place to place, cars, traffic, it changes. And you can't get places the same way, but at least you don't have to get your kids to school because it's summer. So, yeah, but.
This lake has like so many ins and outs. Like, it's huge, and it's like fingers. It takes a long time to drive around this lake.
It does. It takes us 45 minutes to drive from our house to here. But if I took a boat, it'd be like 5-10.
Okay.
Because it's really close. The land is, but there's just a lot of curves all the way around it. So, yeah. But, we got the toll bridge now, so that helps.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it goes down on top of the water? Comes up?
No, that'd be badass. Okay. No, my kids want it to do that so bad. They really do. But we're like, no, this isn't that, But, yeah, you just pay a couple bucks, go across, and,
Gotcha.
That's dope.
That way you don't have to take the whole way around. It saves you 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, we come out here fairly often in the summer.
Awesome.
I love it out here.
Yeah.
So you're not originally from here. What made you decide Lake of the Ozarks?
Well, I am not able to afford with my income to live in Illinois. That's where I'm from. I'm from Bloomington, Illinois.
Okay.
They got high taxes there. And so we just kind of started looking around, found a place that we could afford $15,000 for a couple acres. found it had a really crappy trailer on it, which we rehabbed. Used all of our money. Everything, all I had was the equipment that I had and the glass materials to continue. And we moved down like pretty quick, you know, like we were living together for a year, me and my husband. We weren't, you know, married yet, just dating, and then moved in together. It was perfect. So we're like, let's just do this. Let's go start. He wanted to be a farmer. That's what he wanted, you know? And so we came, got a few pigs, actually got 4 pigs, got like 100 chickens, and
You have 100 chickens and 4
not
pigs
right now. No, not right now. Now we have 2 children. So, yeah.
Okay, so I got a serious question before we go any further. You would be the expert on farming. How many? Well, I mean, you know, you had a farm. You had a legit farm.
Okay, yeah.
So I got a question. How many animals and what type? So if you have a goat, even if it's one goat,
Right.
if you have a goat, wouldn't you technically consider you started like jumping into farming? Like you kind of got some farm, you got a farm thing.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta go. You gotta.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't
Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
She'll understand.
Oh, come on. Did you just put me in between some sort of fight so I had to choose a side? Like some messed up shit right there.
I wasn't sure. I was thinking, did something happen on the Most Stinky Dinks episode? Like, what is this? 'Cause I wasn't there for that
I'd
one.
say like a goat and like a tomato plant, maybe.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. All right, so this is why I asked that. So K Valley always tried to say she didn't live on a farm.
Okay.
And I'm like, yes, you did. You had a goat. And now you just confirmed it because you even said tomatoes, and they grow even more than tomatoes. So
it's a small farm. You know, that's a mini farm.
I think that's dope. I think it's dope.
Yeah, your growth could be a farm. I mean, well, okay, wait, goat is the barrier. Never mind. Sorry, it's got to be a goat.
No? Wait, what were you going to say?
Chicken?
Chicken?
Well, I was just saying, like, you know, you could be a farmer in your tent, even. You don't have to have, like, a goat and a chicken and whatever to have a farm. Just maybe a hot take, new perspective on it.
I think the point of what a farm is what you're doing on the land, right? Like, so you're producing something with the land. Or what's the difference between a gardener then? There's got to be levels to these things if we're trying to categorize. Like,
I see what's going on here. Y'all trying to work together. I get it. Womenhood, I feel y'all. I feel y'all. Trying to turn. I get y'all. Y'all trying to pivot. I just had to call it. I should let y'all know I see it. That's all.
If she would have pit me against you, I'd been taking your side too, dude.
I like this setup though. I will say we got 3 women and only Donovan in here right now. I like it.
There is definitely
Ain't nobody
energy.
Ain't nobody scared.
You're outnumbered.
That's funny.
Man, this is fun. No, this is really fun, yo. It hasn't been this fun in a minute, for real, yo.
Yeah,
it's a different energy.
Yeah. Jamie's got a whole vibe. I like it. Jamie's coming in with a whole lot of energy, and like these are amazing. Like she's got, how many pipes are laid out here right now? A lot, like maybe 60s.
I don't know.
And you said this isn't even your whole like setup, like when you do shows and whatnot.
No, I've got, I think we counted last time, I was like over 40 pieces, different like shapes and stuff. A lot of them are the lined work. I didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't have any silver crushed, so I couldn't get any examples of the silver, like the cosmic tubing that I do, because my husband broke my Dremel. Thank you, David. But he's buying me one right now, so it's okay. But yeah, so like the cosmic is, though, like that.
That is dope.
But I'll do an entire tube out of that, the end of it. Like,
Oh shit.
I know.
it's okay.
We've had like moments of fear already because this glass, it's so beautiful and you don't want it to.
It's
get
gonna be all right.
damaged.
It's all right.
But it is durable. I already dropped one once. So.
You dropped it twice.
Oh. Oh my God, these are so cool.
I would have given you another one though. I would have.
No, thank you so much.
Put it over here.
This is lit.
So yeah, it's most of this is my line tubing. So I do that, and then I'll do the cosmic tubing. Mostly those two, actually. I've got a couple other things where I'll take like a colored tube and I'll sleeve it with clear, and then I'll stuff a bunch of scraps down inside of it to reuse things because I have these bins of scraps and it's wasteful and I don't want to waste it. It's perfectly good color and I can see it in there and it looks nice. I just have to get all the stuff around it that looks bad out, you know? And so I work on it like that and take all the stuff that isn't workable out and then shove it into a tube and then melt it all down and make a tube out of it. And then chunk that off. Each chunk would make a different piece then. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we get fully into like how to actually do it. Let's start with your origins. How did you start getting into glass work?
Wow. Well, stoner kid, you know, since I was 14.
You know what? Before you even get there, let's start with your stoner origins. I'm glad you said that.
All right. Brother, sister, just like super into the rock scene. You know, they were like Nirvana and like 90s music all the way. And then my other sister, who I actually share a birthday with, but she's 14 years older than I am, she was a Deadhead, you know? So I had like these two different sides of like influence. I really looked up to my siblings, you know, and loved them. And so I don't know, I just wanted to kind of be like them, really. I mean, like, if you really want to break it down like that, like, I loved my siblings. I wanted to do the things they were doing. I wanted to, like, hang out with them, you know? So, wanted to smoke weed. They would not let me smoke weed, like, at all. Like, I was stealing cigarettes from my sister and, like, you know, doing all the bad stuff by 12, like, and then, like, I don't know, we moved to Normal from Mackinac, which is a smaller town that we had lived in for a while. And then one of her friends lived with us, and my sister wasn't there. And so it was, like, her and her buddy and me and my church friend that I went to church with. I'm not going to say her name. And, yeah, she invited us in to smoke out of this, like, aluminum foil thing. And I wanted it. I wanted to smoke so bad. Like, I kept smelling it from rooms, and like I knew what they were doing. Damn it, you know. And so she let me, and they got into a fist fight about it.
Oh shit!
You know, like
Your
later.
sister came back?
Yeah, like it was a big deal. They did not want me to do it. They didn't want me to be a part of that. You know, and so yeah, they couldn't stop it. I loved the smell, and I wanted that. Like, I did. I was drawn to it. And then, you know, I'd go into head shops and see all these pipes, and I knew they were connected. You know, I saw my sister holding it, and I just understood. You know, I was putting the pieces together really young, and then I always liked the pipes. I'd go in and look at them, and that was the draw at first, I guess, being a stoner, going into a head shop, loving all of it, not understanding it, thinking it was magic, you know, because it is kind of magic a little bit.
Feels like it to me, honestly.
Yeah, and it is still to me a lot of times, you know. There's so many people out there that they are magical. So, like, I don't know, they really are. How did you do this? Did you make a deal? Right. How did you get here, you know? And it's years, it's decades of work, you know. So I just keep saying, you can get there eventually. You just got to keep doing it, you know. Don't give up, you know. So make some magic.
Yeah. How long have you been blowing glass?
That's questionable. Since 07 or 08, it was somewhere around then. Forgetting, okay. But 07, 08 area.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, it's just amazing to me that you can, like, because you have to have the concept first, right? So you have to know what you're going for. Yeah. Then you got to execute it. You got to know exactly what you need to do. Like, that's crazy. I have no artistic talent like that. It's amazing.
It's step by step, like anything. You know, you start from fundamental stuff, like anybody. Like, for me, I was, when I started blowing glass, I was young. I was 19, and I was dating a way older dude, living with him, and, like, going to art school, kind of. I was getting associates, but I was focusing on going to art school. And then I eventually went to ISU and did get a bachelor's and all that. Okay. And they had a glass program, which was awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. So
doing, like, goblets and, like
yeah, it was like hot shop stuff. Yeah, big
yeah.
furnaces, molten lava inside of it. And, you know, you dip in and then shape it with your hand with a piece of newspaper, you know. Wow. It's really cool. But he really wanted me to blow glass, and I was just like, I'm busy. I'm art school, man. Like, I can't do this right now. Mm. And he showed up one day with a bead kit from Hobby Lobby, and that was kind of just the origins of it. My boyfriend wanted me to do this. He showed up with the bead kit to do it, and then we both started doing it. And yeah,
Hey, for once, men influenced women to do something on the show.
I can take it. It's fine.
I mean, no, usually, like,
Yeah.
honestly, people's cannabis stories and all that, usually it's, like, when it comes to men, it's
Right.
usually a woman getting them into it. So now it's cool to kind of see the reverse side of it.
Well, you know, it's like anybody, like, know your weaknesses when you get older. And looking back, I'm like, I was pretty timid about things back then, you know, like in that way. And getting a push from somebody was what I needed, you know, and but I also know that, like, I had to listen to that and do those things and get
facts.
to the point that I'm at, you know, because...
I'm definitely not saying...
You know, no. Like, trust me, like, I do not care what that.
Yeah, I say, nah, you are your own woman. You out here
No,
killing
but
it.
he did. I mean, like, he wanted me to do this, and I was just like, it wasn't in my radar at all, you know, and he was just like, do this, you know, so...
Yeah, 'cause honestly, you do better than most guys that I know. Like, it's supposed to be, what, a predominantly guy-dominated...
Yes and no. Yes, of course, you know, but yes and no. I don't know.
There were a few women glass blowers at the arts and crafts mixer.
That's
There
true.
was
Yeah.
At least, what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, the guy that was blowing glass outside, John. I want to say his wife's name was Penny. They were really sweet. We got dinner with them afterward. They were really nice people. Yeah, she made all the Dicro pendants that were sitting there. She was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was super dope.
There's a ton of chicks nowadays. Like when I was starting, I don't know, it was like this weird unicorn that showed up to like a shop, and like it was weird. People weirded me out because they were just like, "A girl? What? This is strange." I'm like, "It's just be cool, guy. Like we're good, you know." Right. But yeah.
So what was your first glass blowing experience like? Like, was it any good, or was it like...
Oh, it was awful. Like, well, it was fun. I loved it, you know, but it wasn't any good. You know what I mean? It was
What'd you
like,
try to make?
well, it was like a mandrel. So a mandrel is like a steel rod, and then you dip it in this like ceramic stuff. It's called bead release. So I think it's a ceramic with maybe some silica in it. I don't know. It's like, but it takes the heat and it doesn't stick to the steel rod. And then you just like take the molten glass, a rod of it, like a pencil, push the pencil thing through the fire. Keep the rod out of the fire, otherwise it's, you know, it's metal, it's gonna pop off of there, it's not gonna work. But and then you just kind of twist it on the end, and it's mandrel beadwork is what it is. And so you can do that with soft glass. This is borosilicate, so it takes heat. You can put your lighter to it over and over again. Pyrex that you cook with, same stuff, you know. So but with soft glass, you can actually heat it with a MAP gas torch that you can get at your like Home Depot, you know. Okay. So put a plug in for them just now. Yeah.
They'll have to cut a check to us eventually. Man.
Well, they're doing it for me. That's why I did it. No, I'm just joking.
I ain't mad. Hey, get your money. Get your money. That's what this is for real.
I'm just joking.
Nah.
I would love
I was going to
that.
say, hook me up on an endorsement.
Right, yeah.
JEM Glass sponsored by Home Depot. Hell yeah.
I right. Say, send us the plug. Shit.
Man, that'd be awesome. That would really help me finish this house that we're going to. Yeah.
What would you say is like your specialty? Like I'm trying to describe like the style for people that maybe can't see it. Like how do you describe your style? Like
it's lined work for the most part. Yeah, it's called a stack, right? A stick stack.
Okay.
And then like, well, at first it was stick stack. Now it's vac stack because you stick a vacuum to the end of it. And that was the crazy innovation that was happening kind of when I was getting into making spoons and stuff, which is this shape. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a stick stack. So you take a 50 by 5 or 75 millimeter tube. It's about this. And then you take another tube that sits on the inside. The outer tube is open on one side, and then it has a handle on the other side, a blow tube. Okay, so if you can kind of picture that. The inner tube is closed on one side and open on the other side. The closed side goes towards the handle. Okay, and then you push all your rods, and in that like space in between those, your colored rods go all the way around it. And then you close off the end that's open, put a tube on there so you can blow into it. It's an open cavity through the entirety of that tube because you've got that inner tube. Okay. Just like an inner tube, right? Yeah. And so that keeps it hollow so that now when you're breaking it off, you have all these little hollow chunks, and then you can, that's what I do like all day, every day, you know? Wow. And then you heat from one side to the other, and the vacuum's on this side where your handle was originally, and then it pulls all that air out in between where those rods are. And so then you have this. You've got line tubing. Yeah. I hope I explained that correctly. I don't know. It's really hard to like picture, I guess.
But you're literally blowing into it. So it's all about like controlling your breath work, or like what, like you have to, is there certain ways that you can manipulate what comes out of the glass by?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So after that, that's just the prep for the day. That's like 4, 5 in the morning what I'm doing, you know, like to like 8. And then like the rest of the day, I'm chunking little pieces off of those. So I'll make like 2 to 4 colors a day, depending on what I'm making for the day. If I need like, so you can see like where that is the same as that. And, you know, this is 3 days of work, not these 3 or this one. But this is like 3 days of work. And one of the days I kind of cut off a little early, you know. I produce a lot pretty quickly. And that's what's keeping me in business, I think, you know, is that I just like, I start early and I end late and I don't stop and I just keep going. Like, I don't know. That's, So, and I want to produce a lot, though, and I want it to be affordable, and that's part of why I make so many, is so that in my day I can make it more affordable for people. It's really important for me to give people beautiful things that can't necessarily afford beautiful things, you know? And maybe this isn't a masterpiece by any means.
It's beautiful.
But, like, it is something that just like I could afford, you know, right. That I could afford, you know. So
no, I really like your glassware. Like, it's unique to me. Like, to me, it's like something that could go for like all ages. Like, it could be somebody that's like just starting to get into cannabis, and you could get it just like the little old lady to put in their china cabinet.
Old ladies love my stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, shout out to the old ladies.
Oh wow.
Shout out to the old ladies.
Oh wow. We're learning so much.
I was not expecting that shit. That is crazy.
Hey, you did the heat check earlier, so
I know.
You did the heat check earlier.
That's true. You know.
See.
No, it's totally legit. It just that doesn't mean it's not going to make me totally surprised in the moment. That's the point of it, isn't it? It's a shocker. Like,
you knew what it was when you signed up.
Okay.
So how do you find your customers, or how do your customers find you? Like, how have you created the little old lady following plus?
Right, yeah, for sure. Well, I sell nationwide to tons of shops all over the country, and it's really cool. You know, I get to meet all these head shops and stuff. At first, it was like Midwest, because we'd get in the car with all of our gun cases full. Like, you'd have 10 gun cases filled with your glass going into each shop. And then I got smart. Instead of just like, hey, can I come in and, you know, like, take my glass? You know, I'd call them up and be like, I've got this map here and I'm coming through, and let's schedule it, you know? And so it kind of went from that to that. And then it was like, I don't have time to do this. I want to make the glass. So it was like, let's go 2 times a year to a trade show. And I'd always kind of done the trade show up in Madison, Wisconsin. It's Glassroots. And right in the beginning, they started. So I've been to every show at Madison, you know, from the first year to the last. And then they moved to Asheville, and I did the first year there. But trade shows, and they are amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Champs. Have you guys done that at all?
No, I've heard of it. Something happened there, the most recent one. Didn't they come in and...
I don't know.
I think law enforcement came into a one recently, which is weird.
Really?
Pretty sure.
I didn't hear anything about this. I'm so out of the loop of these things.
Well, I'm very out of the loop.
I'll have to ask around.
Is Champs purely glass?
No. Well, I don't know if it started that way. I've gone 2-3 years. No, I don't even know. 2 years, I think. I've been to quite a few. Like, I did get Glass Vegas as well, and then you test them out. You know, see what the clientele base is. We did Atlantic City, and mostly people wanted import stuff, and they've got import stuff at both of the Champs, but they kind of section it off, and there's so much bigger, like, American-made stuff going on at the Champs in Vegas, and it's humongous. There's no way that it, you know, but they've got people doing grow stuff. They've got raws there with raw rolling papers and, like, anything that a head shop could want, they have there. You know, it's just like a big marketplace so that people can buy wholesale for their head shops.
Cool, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Oh, my goodness. And I haven't been for a couple of years. We just got a good clientele now. Like, they want my glass. They want to restock it. And I get new customers on Instagram sometimes. But otherwise, it's
Yeah.
We've been doing really good. We haven't needed it. So yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really move around much then. So you can do it from home, ship out the glass and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty routine nowadays, just running it. Yeah.
So how did you find your style?
I think that what sets lined work, lots of people do it, right? I know people that do these same shapes even. I think I put the Maria in and they don't, which is this little knob. But it's a pretty, most of my shapes are pretty common. The curls, obviously, those are different, but other people do curls as well. I know you learn the techniques from people and you just try to piece it together as you go. I learned the lined work from a class with Sheen. And then, Sheen, who's out in Oregon. He's awesome. And then I also took a class from Eric Ross, and he helped me learn how to do the Sherlock shape, So you I don't know, just talking to people, trying to figure out what I wanted to make, I guess. I really like Sherlocks. I wanted to learn how to do that from the beginning. But the colors are mine. Since I do all the tube pulls myself, and that's definitely the thing that everybody says sets me apart, I guess, is the colors that I choose.
Yeah.
I took some color theory classes in school, and I just like it a lot. I like the way that colors complement each other or contrast, and being able to tap into people's personalities with different color schemes. And I have to kind of go against my wants a lot of times when I'm trying to make decisions like that, I guess. But I like really bright stuff. I like rainbows. So.
Yeah. It is.
If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of rainbow going on. But
yeah, it's really vibrant and clean looking,
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's a very, very nice compliment. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's just, I've been around some glass. I've seen a good amount of glass, but I don't really know anything. I'll learn a lot from you talking to you about your process because I don't really know. Open book. So any questions you got, dude, I love to teach about it. So yeah.
Okay, so if you were to do a first tutorial, what would be the essential things that we need to know about glass starting off?
Oh, starting off?
Yeah. So somebody who doesn't know anything about glass, what would be the first things that they need to know?
If they wanted to get into it or just to understand it,
Start with understanding and then we can go into.
Okay. Wow. That is such an overarching question. I don't even know where to go.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to answer it, I guess. Watch what happens. I guess just go and figure out what it is first, figure it out for yourself a little bit. YouTube, man, is everything. I mean, my first techniques were learned on YouTube. So
who were some of the first people that you followed?
I don't even remember their names. There's an old dude that was making a flower implosion and he was pretty badass, and I don't know, who was he? I have no idea. I don't.
No, I get what you're saying though, but so flower implosion, what's that?
Oh, right here.
Okay, so, okay, when it's at the head. So what would this terminology be?
So on the head of it's capping a spoon.
Okay.
That's the cap.
So
that's
spoon,
also a cap on the end with the cosmics.
And the spoon is this actual piece, correct?
That's correct, yes.
All right,
and then
for the camera, when y'all can see this.
Oh, and then up here I cap it with a face,
Yeah, that's
an animal cap.
Adorable.
So
love it. Panda face.
Panda face, yeah. Yeah. Things that people like,
right.
I could
It's really fun.
I could give or take a panda, but they're cool. The contrasting colors, I'm pretty into that,
Yeah.
But they'd maul me if I was near them, so I don't know if they're.
Would they? Are they not gentle?
I have no idea. It's a bear, though. I make assumptions about things that have the word bear in it,
Okay, so out of all of these pieces right here, which one would be the easiest to make? Which one would you have the person, if you were to teach them how to blow glass?
What to start with?
Yeah.
We wouldn't start with any of this.
Oh.
No.
Damn. All right. I was gonna kind of try to form my next question around that.
Well, no. I would start them on clear. I would not let them use my color to learn anything.
Oh. Okay.
Shape wise, though, shape wise, it'd be the one-y that I gave you. Yeah.
Okay. So then.
And that's my top seller, because people, they're cheap. I mean, I sell them pretty cheap.
So what's the process into making one of these?
Well, I explained the line tubing. Right. And I kind of get this chunk at the end, and it'll trap air on it. But I've figured out how to like pull it off and push all that air out slowly so that I can save all that color and it doesn't go to waste, you know? And so that's my 1E tubing. And then I pull it way down to that diameter. Mm-hmm. And then I just chunk off my end. So the size I'll chunk off is 4 inches. I usually go just slightly over 4 inches because there's a little bit of shrinkage happening. That's on a handle. So all of our handles are glass.
Okay.
You know, like in soft glass, you use metal handles, but
this
so
would
it's
be
like
the handle, the middle part, right?
the metal part in soft glass would be what you're holding on to, that your hand can't get burned, you know. But this glass doesn't conduct heat, you know, so you can use the glass as a handle. So you've got a clear tube on the end, and that's what you're holding on to, and that's what you're blowing through. And you put it up to the end of that tube. This is a long tube, just like the middle of this. The whole thing looks like that without this section, but really long, right? Got it. Mm-hmm. And then you just chunk off the size you need with that handle, and I kind of break it off. And then I twist up this end a little bit. I twist up this end, blow this out, shape it. Sometimes I'll flatten it, make the constriction, twist that, and then I flare that open. And then I measure it because sometimes it shrinks more than I want it to be. And when I ship them and they're sitting on somebody's shelf, I want every single one of them to line up. And so then I measure it, and then I heat that middle section just a little bit sometimes just to get it to that perfect 4 inches. And then, okay. Pull it off the handle, got that flare at the end, you know, you heat that up, blow it out, flare it open, you know.
And there's a specific reason why you decided to use the inches that you used? Like, is there a difference between like short? So like I see there's shorter ones sometimes. I have a
3-inch one as well.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why I like 3 inches and 4 inches. Everything that I do is in those two numbers. Now that you say that, it's really strange. Like, I do have a 7-inch like thing and a 5-inch as well, where I'm like the when I'm chunking off stuff, that's how I do it. Like I get it to the diameter I need to be, and then I measure it, and then I cut it off there, you know, and. Yeah, 3, 4, 7, 5, I guess.
And would you, because if you're saying that you do like smaller, kind of 3 and 4 inches, so have you, or would you want to blow like bongs and bigger, like?
Absolutely, yes. It's heavy.
Yeah.
You know, you get things hot and it's heavier. It just is. It's pulling towards the ground in a different way than something that's solid. You know, try to keep like a piece of like a little bit of like honey on a stick and just like twist it around, and it kind of flows in the same way where you're trying to like keep the centrifugal force flowing and understand how hot that piece is in that moment, and the gravity that's pulling on it and the speed that you have to spin it. It all kind of just goes together, you know.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I love your dog.
Like I said, Junior trying to make his appearance, man. He said, forget this. I'm trying to make my 2-terp debut,
He's
y'all.
so beautiful.
Sorry about that.
Shout out young Junior.
So, so it's heavier. It
is, yeah.
It seems like you're risking, like you have one shot of a lot of glass, right? Like,
ooh, yeah, like the material too. Okay, so I don't make a ton of big pieces. I don't have time. Once you get a catalog out and people are placing orders and you're just trying to, like right now I'm just trying to, everybody's cool with it that they're waiting, you know, but.
My bad, y'all. That's a speedboat coming by.
Right?
Yeah, they are. They're having a good day.
Yo, this is kind of lit, yo.
Honestly, the weather's so nice.
It's perfect.
It warmed up today. It's so good, yeah.
Y'all want to move to the Ozarks, yo? This is kind of lit.
It's a nice place. I like it here.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Summer's really fun here too. We really got tapped into like the scene. Last year, like we found all the free pools and like all the spots to swim, and like the regalia is just amazing. Free shows, go swim and drink, you know, and it's a good time. So
okay.
That's where we were yesterday.
Yeah.
I do really like that venue.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I can't wait for the summer. I'm pumped. So.
This is my first time out on the lake.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well,
so
welcome. Welcome.
We definitely got to come back in the summer, though.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a call. Yeah.
For sure.
If we're doing something, we will hang out. It's just if we have plans.
You already know, man. You dope.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I think you would have liked the event yesterday. There were some people selling glass.
Oh, really? Who was there?
Well, actually, Sunshine Daydream was there.
Oh, cool.
Head shop.
Cool.
And then
I saw them.
Glass blower there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, they've got a ton of shops. They've got, I think they're like Terrapin Station. Like they're all related somehow, and they've told me, and I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I actually wanted to make that correlation yesterday when I was passing by because I thought that was like a only St. Louis based company, and then I saw that they are statewide, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think is there one in Florida too? I think there's one in Florida. There's
Really?
one down in that area. Yeah, we saw that's Terrapin Station. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but they're all connected. So nice people, awesome people. Like I love them. I love it. I can always see Jess coming up. You know, that's like who orders from us, and she'll order for all like a lot of the shops sometimes. You know, she'll or at least coordinate it. Like she just works with it. You know, but I see her coming. We're like, hey. You know, and she's like, "Oh, how's the twins?" And I don't know, it's just good vibes.
That's cool.
So, good people.
Yeah.
Bye from Sunshine Daydream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So now I got a good question. What made you start taking it seriously to the point where you're like, all right, I could start selling my pieces?
Ooh. Well, I was working when I started. I was working at AFNI in Bloomington, which is the debt collection agency, and so. You know, my soul was being crushed on a momentary basis. And I'd been a waitress before that. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I kind of want to be a waitress again. This hurts every day. I hate this. Like, and I just love people and it just hurts. Like, I don't know. Like,
That's rough. Yeah.
Nobody likes that. And I wasn't even doing debt collecting. Actually, I was a credit person. Like, I was just like denying people's services because they had bad credit, which didn't feel good either, you know? And so, but I was getting better. I could make some monies and I could make some things. You know, we were going to lots of shows and bringing whatever we had as soon as we had stuff that was like makeable or like sellable, at least usable, right? Mm-hmm. Ugly, you know, horrible, like, but people were nice and they bought it and we go into the shops and they'd take pity on us and you're trying. And that's like, you know, like without the head shops, where would I be? Nowhere, you know, like them taking a chance on me and just being like, keep trying and stuff, that really did help, you know? So,
right. Giving you at least some return to keep going.
Yeah.
And investing in yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It makes you feel good. And then those little moments of like, I remember this time my friends are like, hey, let's go over after class and just smoke with these people, right? Just up the road. And I'm like, they're my friends, you know, and we go in and we sit down and I'm like, hey, I'll load it up, you know, pass it over, you know, and they hand me my pipe like that I made. And it was like the first time it happened, you know, and I was just like, sweet, I made this, dude, I made this. And he's like, that's my favorite thing ever. You don't understand. Like, I almost broke it a couple times and like, you know, like, could feel my heart drop into my stomach. I have a relationship with this thing, you know, and I felt that way before, you know, haven't you, about a certain piece, like, and then it was just like, man, I want to be that for people, you know, like I do, like I want to give them that and be a part of it for them, you know, it's that's the coolest part, I guess, about it, but wanting to do that and knowing that I could, if I just keep working really hard every day, and making as much as I can, it will sell and I can make money. And even though there's a lot of very, very struggling years and not having any money and all that, like it's panned out at least for me. Good. So, yeah.
Could you ever, like, is it possible to train somebody up in your style? Like,
that's a good question, dude.
Because if you can't, you know, you're the only person that can create this right now, right?
There's some people in St. Louis that could create this. Yeah, Grady.
But like exact replica, like it seems like there'd be a little bit of a different style.
Of course, you know, it's well, okay, when I'm explaining like centrifugal force and gravity and just like that, and then like the heat base in something, you get it a little bit too hot, it's a little bit more molten, you know, the viscosity changes and things, it flows a different rate, you know, and there's nuances to those things, and it changes the way things get shaped, and it does, you know, yes. So no, I think that maybe I don't know. I ask that question a lot because my husband, you know, he's taking care of the kids right now, but he wants to learn. I want to teach him. It would really help our business a lot to have a little bit of help, you know, right. And he's just busy at the moment, and so yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd be scared.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I guess that's a good question that I got. Aren't you afraid of like swallowing the glass or anything like that?
Swallowing the glass. Like breathing it in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I used to be I did. And then I started trying to encase like things. And I realized like I'd take a tube like this and I just like draw something on the outside of it. And I'd want it to have like, I want it to come off of the piece, you know, and then sleeve the clear over the top of it. So then it's kind of like floating inside the piece, right? And it's not easy. And I kept trying to do it with a vacuum and I was just sucking it too fast. And so I started putting the blow tube up to my mouth and just pulling it out. It's fine. Just don't breathe it in. You know what I mean? Like anybody can take something into their mouth. Jeez, I'm not saying that.
But I am done. I was supposed to play it again. I was supposed to play the drop.
Jesus.
I gotcha.
Holy cow.
I told you you're going to make it fun today.
Yeah, it's silly.
Hey, we're in the Ozarks.
Right, exactly. Yes, you're on vacation. Yeah.
It does. This town does just have that vibe. You're just like...
Try getting a contractor here, dude. Like, everybody knows it, so I'm not talking shit about the people I live by. It's just the way that it fucking is here, dude. It's hard. Like,
it's hard to get contractors in general.
We've been building a house for over 2 years.
Yeah.
Over 2 years. And it's, it's partially because we're, like, when I make the money, we do the next step, and we're not taking loans, And so that's part of it,
That's smart, and that's G shit.
Yeah, it's just, we're just trying to be smart about it, But, and it's been difficult. It's been difficult with the contractors.
But it's so nice to not take on a ton of debt. I really,
to
be able to just do it yourself and own it as much outright as you can.
When we're done, we're in, you know what I mean? We're in and it's ours, And so, yeah, it is exciting. Yeah. That's all my husband, though. He's just smart with money. I've always been really shitty about it. And that was the first complaint, Like, when we first got together, he's just like, girl, like, we cannot move in together if you have $10,000 credit card debt. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, It's just like, you're right, you're right, I'm being stupid here, And,
It's nice to have somebody with a good skill set like that in the...
Yes.
If you can look at it like that, like, hey, there's two of us in this situation.
There is, yeah.
We both have our strengths and our weaknesses. Like, we can join forces and figure this out.
Yeah. I was just talking to my friend about it last night, picking up each other's slack, Because, like, nobody is on it all the freaking time, And, yeah, picking up each other's slack, right? Like, and working together, finding out what you're the best at and kind of setting into it, like, accepting it.
In fact, shout outs to K Valley.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
You ever seen the show P Valley?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the reference.
Okay, right on.
It's a show on Stars. It's pretty funny.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then you got a little team, the couple team,
the couple team, the power team, right? Yep. Power couple. Yeah. I don't know about that. Well, it feels that way. I love him so much. Like, yeah, he's a good dude. I'm a lucky lady. So.
And you've got the young kids still.
Oh yeah.
They're how old?
They're going on 5 at the end of April. Yeah.
You're about to come into a nice little phase. At least it was from my perspective. Like 5.5, 6. It was like, oh wow, you need a lot less. This is kind of.
Oh, it's there already.
Really?
I'm a strict mama. I am. Like we expect. There's times where I had to be like, am I expecting too much of my children here? Do I need to step back a little bit? But I am. I'm a strict mama. I don't fucking fool around. Like, like I just. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not shooting my children up,
No. Not at all.
No, we use those a lot.
I'm just kidding.
Like you're telling it how it is.
Right.
Yep.
But you do. You can't let your kids walk all over you. But it's like finding that balance. Like I love you more than anything, dude. Like I love you. Like of course I don't want you to act like an asshole. Right. Like like. It's harder for me to say that to you than you even know. I know it seems easy, I'm just like coming out at you, but I don't want to tell you that you're being an asshole. Like I just want you to not be an asshole.
Totally. Yeah. Gotta have some manners and respect.
3-year-olds are assholes, though. Yeah. All of them, every single one of them, dude. They're the sweetest little things, and that's part of it. But they're not nice people. Like
they're like incredible. Like they're tyrants, honestly. Like from
sociopaths.
Yeah, like from a year and a half to 3 years old, it was like walking on eggshells every moment of my life.
Yes.
Like,
you made a casserole? I like this, I like this, I like this. I want them separate.
Yeah.
You put them together. Like, and that hurts their feelings. It does. And you're just like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, dude. But, like, you have to eat it or you don't eat. Like, you know, like, I made this and this is it. Like,
and you need food and we all need,
Yep.
Yeah.
But I will not be taken over. Like, I won't do it. Like,
They will.
I like that attitude. Nah, real shit. They'll appreciate that later on.
yeah,
Like,
they're
for
good
real.
boys. And they love us, you know, we cuddle. And, like, this morning, it was like my husband was trying to let me sleep in just, like, a little bit, which is, like, 8 o'clock, you know.
Yeah.
And Emmerich is in there, and he's just like, Mama, you know, and saying the sweetest things. And he tells me I'm beautiful all the time. And
Yeah.
they are
It
basically
is really
gonna,
sweet.
I'm like, whoever marries you is lucky. Like, they're just so lucky. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
weird
dope.
how it flips like that though, because they will then be the sweetest little creatures in the world, and you're like, oh my god, like that was intense.
There is the back and forth. It is. Everybody's got those things in them, though, right? I mean, and
facts.
you kind of figure that out when you become a parent a little bit more. Like, I try. How obtuse I was before the kids came, you know? Like, I just, like, was I self-reflecting at all? Like, you know, but you see that dichotomy and, like, just, like, the difference between the hate that you have inside you, because everybody's got it, you know, and the love that you have, and how much you push forth the love more, you know, and how you try to, like, allow the love to take over that hatred and stuff. That you got to show that to your kids, and it's not always, like, a simple thing to do, right? We're humans. So, yeah.
We are.
Oh, you talking that real shit right now.
Yeah.
That's
People.
true. I was a human this weekend.
Where you am?
Yeah.
Hey, man. We just
won't-
having fun.
We won't rehash it, but yeah, you know, we're only humans. Hey. God.
Communication breakdowns. You know?
Just too much alcohol.
Oh, right.
It happens
Yeah.
to me like 3 or 4 times a year. You know?
Yeah, I understand.
Getting
yeah.
too terp.
It's because you're having fun, and you probably aren't doing that style of thing all the time, right? Like,
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't function like that.
Me either.
It's too much.
either. Yeah.
But it was actually, the weekend was a lot of fun. So, you know.
It is fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
I let loose, dude.
shout out Waxy and them, yo.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Put on a dope event.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a
shit
good
was lit.
turnout.
So what was going on over there then? You were like saying there was booths and stuff. You guys were at a booth then, or?
It was
Yeah.
Mo Canna Fest, so it was cannabis focused.
Cool.
So they had a.
Oh wait. Should we play it?
What?
If we're gonna go into this.
Oh, this is our local. Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
hold on.
Ozarks.
All right, there we go.
Oh, nice.
On today's Terp Report.
So this is going to be a freestyle terp report. I'm not referring to any article, but we are out here at Lake of the Ozarks for Mo Canna Fest.
Live on location.
We are live. We're tucked away in a condo by the lake, but we just came from Mo Canna Fest.
Hey, hold on. Before you do anything. That was some baller ass shit, what you just said. I like that shit. Yeah.
Well, we're
We're
tucked
recording
away.
live from a condo, tucked away. I like that shit. No, yeah. Drop another bomb for us. Look at
You
us.
guys, you're sweet.
Yeah.
Do this shit.
Yeah, you are.
It's
That's-
been fun, honestly. Yeah, the vendors were great. We were a vendor for Grow Gear.
Yeah.
So we had a booth. We had a caricature artist. We had bubbles.
Oh, cool.
going. We had some things for sale. There was
A
lot of people
character
there.
artist? That is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was busy, honestly. I was
Good.
exhausted because it was from noon till 1 in the morning.
Was Bud Dispensary there? BUDD?
Yeah, they were our next door neighbors.
Oh, cool. Them, and then they're new here, and then like Mota is another one. I think they're growing there because they got really big electrical boxes outside of this building, and it's cool. I'm like, we drove by one day. It used to be a barbecue joint, and then it closed down, and all of a sudden there's a weed leaf, and it says Mota on it, and I'm like, yeah, this is happening. It's happening. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that is true. You guys are kind of like, yeah. How is the cannabis scene around here?
I have no idea, dude. I it's like 60 hours a week making glass. So I just kind of hang out with my family most of the time. Like, really, I don't know. We got a few friends that we hang out with. And yeah, we're like kind of lonery about it. It's fine with me. It's like a happy life. We moved out here for like silence a little bit. But I don't know. There's some head shops and I don't really sell them, any of them. I sell the Sunshine Daydream because I mostly get hooked up through the trade shows and stuff, you know, and we've tried to go into a couple. One of them got raided and shut down.
Recently?
Last year, over Delta 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, we just talked about that last week too.
So like that was like weird for me because I'm like we do want to open a head shop eventually. I mean, why wouldn't I want to? You know, like I could furnish an entire head shop in like a month. Like I really could, you know. And so I don't know, man. And then I've got lots of friends that would be into it. They would. Yeah. So we've got the name planned out and everything. We know what we're going to do. We just don't know when. It's just, you know, we were going to do it, and then we got pregnant. And it was kind of like, let's just step back when it was like, oh, there's 2 of them in there. Okay, so now we cannot open a head shop. Like, you know, so we did plan them. They just were 2, you know. So, yeah.
So what's that like having twins?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like it's life, I guess. Like
the best thing ever and the most terrifying.
I think that's just kids, you know, like for the most part. But yeah, but hopefully we can open a head shop here. We're trying to maybe get a website going that we can put some of our friends' stuff on, and then we can start kind of like pushing that money that comes from the shop into starting a retail location. Cool, yeah. Because my thing is I need a bigger studio. I work in a shop that's about this big, and that's all my equipment. Like this seems big, yeah, but then put 2 annealers, they're giant, and my benches, and I have an oxygen concentrator, so I don't have to go and buy oxygen.
Oh, shit.
It actually makes it in-house for me, so it just pulls it from the air and then concentrates it into a tank. And it's a big piece of equipment, though.
But that's why you're able to be so efficient, too, though.
Well, for sure, man. Like, oxygen problems are all over. And, you know, I've had it break down on me, but the company that I go through, they are just the coolest people ever. They understand what's going on. They know that I'm losing time when things happen, but it is a piece of equipment, you know, and I've run it pretty hard a couple times where they were just like, what's going on here? Why is this burned out? Like, I don't understand. We've never seen anything like this. Like, exploded things inside of it because it was really hot out, and I was working for like 13 hours that day, and it was really hot in there. Like, and it just kind of couldn't handle it anymore. And metal started to kind of melt, like, in it, you know, and you know, they keep saying, like, you need to turn an air conditioner on in there. And so I did. I put an air conditioner in, and that's better, you know. And it is the best piece of equipment. I suggest it to everybody, though. These people, they've bent backwards to fix it when it broke, you know, 2 times, you know. And one of the times might have been my fault. Like, you know, so, yeah.
That's still.
But, yeah.
That is dope. Because, like, I've been, shout out to the homie Ben. I've been in his place, and I've seen his setup.
I have not, so.
Oh, it's dope.
Cool.
He's got a dope shop.
Cool.
Yeah, and like you just saying like how you had the machine that helps you keep all your air, like the oxygen, like that.
He's got K-tanks.
Yeah, so I know how efficient that is that you had that.
I did the K-tanks for years, but moving out here, it's like, okay, 45 minutes to the next oxygen place. What the hell are we going to do? Like, and so it was like, well, I know that these things exist, and, you know, we just looked into it, and they have a payment plan. We paid most of it down, and then they let us pay $500 a month for a few months and paid the rest of it off, and that way I could get to work, you know, because they understand. They do. They know that this is part of your business. Yeah. If you're going to buy that thing, you're doing it because you blow glass all the time, you know. You're not, you know, how many times a week are you filling a K-tank, you know, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the tools for the job.
Yeah. For sure.
But that's dope, though. That's how I know you're really bomb at your craft, because you really put the investment into it. So that's why the work really does show. Like, honestly, it really does
Heart
show.
and soul, dude. I don't know. It's like I breathe it, man. I love this shit. Like, I could talk about it forever. I annoy the hell out of everybody that I know. Like, saying shit over and over again. It's just,
so
I don't know.
Tell me what you meant when you're like, these are my colors. Like, what does that mean?
I chose these color schemes, you know? Like, I pick, you know, we buy the rods.
Okay.
I don't make color. That's a whole thing. Like, and I can mix a few colors down by hand because I did take a class to do so, and so I've got the equipment to do that, like oxides and stuff, to make a few colors. But none of this. Most of this is North Star, which is in Eugene, and then Eugene, Oregon, and then or is it Portland? Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What do you think
guys.
of Portland, real quick though?
What's that?
What do you think of Portland?
I've never been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never been. Yeah, I've been into Washington, and then I've been to the base. I've been camping in like some waterfall areas in Oregon, but I've never been to Portland. So, do you like it?
I haven't been yet. It's a possible destination for me.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've heard really good things. I've heard other things. I've heard lots of things. So,
Okay.
yeah, from people that live out there and stuff. But I could not give you a personal anything on it because I've never been. So, yeah.
It's a cool city. I've been just once.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really cool.
I hear there's a great art scene. So,
And North Star, are you saying that was that Abe Fleischman's company?
yeah,
Okay.
yep, Abe's, yep.
Right on. Yeah,
And that's most of
more
my colors, it's like all the rainbow colors that I get. And then I have started branching out a little bit. I was a little scared too for years. And then this last order I placed, we pay attention to like the economy and stuff and what's happening. And we knew that there was about to be a serious, crazy influx in prices on all these colors. And so a month and a half before all the prices skyrocketed, I got like 10 grand worth of glass, and just stocked up. And I haven't had to for a while. I'm running out of a lot of stuff, but, yeah, so I really stepped myself out into other companies, and got some other colors. I do a lot of these like pinks and stuff, and that's all like boro rods from Origin. But they have this, it's so stupid. It's the color thing, man. It's like you feel things about color. I feel things about colors.
Have you heard of like color therapy? Do you know anything about that?
No.
I don't know a whole lot about it. I thought you might be able to tell us about it, really, but I don't.
I mean, I know that
like
certain
a
colors
theory.
have like psychological effects
Yeah,
on
that's the
people,
whole
at
thing.
least.
That's what it is. But
yeah.
I don't know the specifics of it, like what colors.
I guess I don't either. I mean, I know that if you're putting contrasting colors together, it's gonna like twitch your eyes out really bad, and like reds and greens are the worst,
Okay.
and that's why like colorblind people have a hard time seeing those. That's like a lot of it's like reds and greens. We had a colorblind kid in my color theory class, so it was cool because like he could see value, which is like a black to white scale. Perfect. Everything was a value to him, It was just a black to white scale. And when he saw a hue, he saw it as a value, And so he had this like really cool take on being able to use it. But yeah.
So when you say that,
I don't know what I just kind of went off on some jag. I apologize. What was the original question even?
No, but I want to try to break that down, see if I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So like when you said that, it's more so he saw colors more so like this. So like it kind of like.
Okay, so color theory. You're breaking down color, right? You've got hue. What is a hue? A hue is what the color is. Red, orange, yellow, green. It's the color wheel, okay? Then you've got value, and that's like light to dark, okay? And then you have intensity, okay? So that means like how saturated a color is. So you've got like yellow, or you got a less saturated color, which would be this mustard color. That's not a pure yellow. It has like a little bit of red added to it in order to make it that hue, And so then take it down. You want to put colors together, okay? Like I want to put a color scheme together. I'm thinking on all three of those scales, like what color, and a lot of colors are really intense and you can't mix them together like you paint. And that's how I learned color theory, was through paint. It's a different thing, I can't just take red and yellow and get a good orange out of that. It doesn't work like that with glass. Like they've got to get that that locked in beforehand. People do it with other things like transparents. They'll wash things down with white or clears and whites and stuff, and it does. You can do that, but you can't really shift the intensity of something. So like a gray scale, then like if you took red and green and they came at each other, the closer they got to each other in the middle, it would be gray because they're contrasting colors.
Okay.
And then if you take same with blue and orange, same with yellow and, yellow and purple, and then you set them next to each other, that grayscale will go from lighter to darker if you set it next to each other. And that's a value scale within that. So, yeah, sorry.
No, I think I almost get it. I think I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So I know people listening did.
I hope so. I feel like I'm just saying some shit, and like I hope that you understand. But
once I play it back, because I'm gonna listen to it, like I always listen back to it. That's when I really start to fully process a lot of this stuff.
Right, for sure. Right.
Like I'm following along, but it's like I'll fully be able to understand it once I play it back.
Okay, so when you're looking at this and you see this blue and this blue next to each other, does that look blue to you, or does that look gray?
Blue.
The one next to it, does it look grayer or bluer? Compared to the other one, I guess, in a comparison.
It looks kind of white to me.
Here it comes.
No, that looks blue.
Do you see the little middle blue and then the gray one right there?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That looks way grayer, right? But when you get it alone, it doesn't look that way. It looks blue, you know?
I see what you mean.
So there's like there's a relativity that happens with them sitting next to each other even, you know?
Essentially, if you ran all your colors together, you would have a gray pipe. Like,
for sure, maybe, yeah.
like if you just had them all meshed up.
It's more about the two colors sitting next to each other and what they do to one another.
Okay.
You know, like sometimes I'll be like, I really need a salmon color, but I don't have a salmon color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take pink, because there's pink in salmon, and I'm gonna put orange on the outside of it. And then when you're looking at it, they change each other. They really do. The way that your eye perceives that color, it changes it. Like it just does, and it feels more salmony. Like
Right.
So I just think about shit like that constantly when I'm making new color schemes and stuff. And I do a lot of the rainbow half rainbows and stuff. But
yeah, they're really cool.
Thanks.
I really like them.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I got another question.
Okay.
We talked about this earlier. Because I was saying another thing could have been fruit, but you said somebody already has that. So
Right.
some of the rules in glass blowing, I guess.
There's etiquette and things, like when you see somebody doing something first, you don't just like snatch it. Like, people do it. I don't know. There's a balance. Like, I don't want to talk shit at all about anybody making anything. If you want to make a fruit, then please continue to make a fruit. It's about my decisions about what I want to do, I guess, and the direction that I want to go, like, putting an animal on the side of things, like, lots of people do that. Like, that's like, but I try to put my own animal on that. Like, I see a lot of reptiles and stuff. So I was like, I'm doing mammals, like, because I wanted to do that. I just did. I really wanted to put those on there, and,
it's more like a signature type deal.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it gives it, my dog is my dog, or my fox is my fox, or whatever. Yeah. But it goes back to what you were saying earlier about the nuances of, like, can you teach somebody to do exactly the same thing?
Right.
People can tell the difference,
right.
Like, you can tell the difference. And people take things differently and they go different directions with things. And I don't know if you're trying to just make it, like, if you want to make something, sure. I guess. But I didn't do the fruit. I wanted to do the fruit. I did. And then I saw Glass by Boots doing the fruit, and I was like, I just don't think I could do it better than she could. So I'm just gonna let her go, And I don't know, she just is a baller. So I'll let her do her thing, Like people are just gonna compare it, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Just gonna say, hey, this is just like Glass by Boots, Sure. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. It is. She's pretty cool, dude. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
It's just a respectful thing. Yeah. It's respectful, I guess.
Yeah.
But is it disrespectful to do it? I don't think that's it either. Like,
well, they say imitation's like the biggest form of flattery.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But then there's something to be said for what you're saying too. Like,
people know when you're just stealing something, and then you're like marketing it like you did it and you weren't learning it from this other person. And glass people know that, and they can look at it and they can tell. And I've had people tell me that somebody came into the shop with knockoffs of my work, and just like, just buy it if it looks good, and it was a good price, just buy it. Don't feel bad that I make it too. Please buy it from them. I want them to do that. Like, that's important to me, that other people get to know this. Like, so yeah. I want the next generation to have this information. I do.
Yeah, and I think that level of respect and code of conduct stuff, it's when a community or industry is like small enough that it's kind of policing itself in that way, right? Because you have a name and a reputation and a brand to uphold. You wouldn't want to become known as the person who rips off other people's work.
Some people do one thing, and then somebody else starts doing it for cheaper, and I don't know, it's just like, is that cool? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But why not just try to figure your own thing out, I guess. But this isn't any different than other people that do line work, you know? Yeah. So a lot of people will big bag it up and do different things, you know, but it's, I don't know, I don't think it's that far off. So yeah, I love my work. I think it's beautiful. It's not, I don't think it's, God, I hate talking myself down like this shit, but it's just not, the uniqueness is in the colors, I think, yeah.
I think your shit is dope.
Well, thank you. I do too. I'm not, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm just not trying to brag. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No,
you know,
I do it all the time.
That is your
You do it too? Okay.
I think what you're saying is like your actual pieces are standardized in like their form, like their style, like and like you were saying, you measure it so each one is the same length.
It is,
know?
Yeah. People want consistency.
Yeah, yeah. So I know what you're saying is like they're not like crazy intricate pieces. It's kind of the color that makes them, you know, like some people do those crazy heady wild shit, right? But yeah. It's not that, but it's amazing. Like,
no, it's cool. This is production work, you know. And I'm trying in my time to work on stuff like that, you know. Like I did a competition this last year, and I placed first in the second round, which was really cool. It was the sculptural round, and I think that's where I shine a little bit better when it is like just me trying to make something beautiful. Like I like making pipes. I like making things that are shaped a certain way so that people can function them and stuff. And this was a functional thing. It was like a aroma top for the Silver Surfer vaporizer. Okay. So the Silver Surfer vaporizer guy, Steve, he invented it. Owns Elevate out in Colorado Springs, and like they put this whole competition together with like 30 glass blowers, and we all did different rounds. And so you had like they have a knob on this thing, and it turns the heat up and down on the vaporizer. And you had to make a glass knob, you know, and that was part of it. Like the first round was glass knob, and then a mouthpiece for the vaporizer, and then it was a carb cap. And then the next round was this aroma top, and that's the one I got first place in. And it was like this bowl that sits on top of the vaporizer, and the heating element is underneath there, and then you put your wax in it, and it smells the room nice. You know, it's just an aroma top for it. And I made this huge sculptural thing on top of it, and I was proud of that thing. It turned out really perfect. It was like, you know, it was one of those moments I'm like, I designed this exactly this way, and everything in that whole thing, like I just been doing this for so many years, and I really haven't pushed myself to do the nicer stuff. And I don't know, it was just like such a good experience. I learned so much for myself, you know, and it was like spiritual almost. I broke one of the rigs. The last section of it, the last stage was a rig, and the first one I broke it, and I was working on it for 2 days straight, and then it broke right before I was about to pull it off the fucking handle. I was crying. Like I like don't try to get emotional like that, but I was just like I was a wreck, man. I was like all depressed the next day, and I felt it. Like it really hurt my feelings, like you know. So
you worked so hard on it.
The
extra level of like you're in this competition. That's
exactly. Yeah, and it's the last stage. You know, this is it. I'd taking time out of work to do these stages. You know, and it was affecting my income a little bit. You know, but then you know, winning the stages, you get some prize money, and then we got to sell the pieces, so that's nice. You know, and it was I learned a lot. Yeah. But
no, that's one of those where it's like a learning step, because even so, still like it broke. People still got to see what you did even before that, and probably still people were like, damn, like they probably felt the same way that you did a little bit, not to the same capacity, but like have that empathy where it's like, damn, we saw her work on this,
right?
And that was really about to be fire, and then
But then I made it again, and I made it better. Like it was like a little stouter, so it sat a little bit better. You know, like it was better the next time. So and. It was fine, you know. It just took me another 3 days, dude. You know, so yeah.
But still,
it's part of it, you know.
Yeah. And that even makes it even better because it's like shit. You even had to go through that, the whole mental aspect of it, and you still came back even better. So it's like, hey, that's a whole story within itself,
right? Yeah,
perseverance.
Learn from the mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them.
I'm just watching him. He's funny.
We're at the lake. It's family affair. My son is on the other side of the glass with the Oculus on his head, playing some type of crazy.
I would wave at him. He can't see me though.
Yo, this is lit, yo. This is 2022, y'all. Doing podcasts.
The future.
This is lit. Okay,
know.
I got one more. I got another question about this piece right here.
Okay.
So what would this be called?
I call those belly buttons.
That's lit.
Because it's like right where your belly buttons is where the donut is.
Oh,
so
okay.
like, yeah, I don't know. And it kind of looks like a shirt a little bit. I don't know. It's silly.
I like this.
Belly button, yeah.
And that's an interesting, like, so do they hit different whenever you pipe them like this?
I do think that if it were to pull through, it might stop it a little bit, but I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, I've only actually smoked out a couple of those that I made. I usually try not to break things and sell them and not use them.
That is dope. And how did you say you came up with this?
Oh, just learning the donut. And then I was kind of making these with just a push bowl on the top, just simple. And then I was like, I'm putting a face on it. And then it turned into animals. And yeah, it just kind of evolved, I guess. A lot of things start out one way and then turn into what they are. And maybe they'll change again. I don't know, but yeah.
And then you make pennants too?
Yeah, not much. But yeah, this is a scrap pendant too. I've seen this thing. Nothing.
I'm terrified.
I didn't do it.
Ugh.
I'm going to
That
lay
one
it down.
especially.
Just because I'm an idiot. There we go.
See, this is like a heady piece. Well, this one is so cool.
Yeah, so I call those sunshine days. And it's got the sun on the one side and then the rainbow on the other. And the rainbow's an overlay.
This is so, I love it. There's little fish in the water, an octopus.
I like
and-
those too.
Oh my gosh, turned out so good.
This is that is a one of a kind. Nobody does that. Like
Yeah.
it's the way that I orient the tubing to make like a kind of a horizon effect, I guess.
Yeah. Now, these type of pieces that you do, these are my favorites that you do.
Me too, yeah. Me
You have
too.
a couple of these that are different like this.
I do, yeah. I started out with just like a sunset with the pasture, and then so it's like greens and then the blue, and then the other side would be the pasture, and then the rainbow would be over the top, and so that's how I was doing it at first, and then the beach was next. I was like, okay, I can just change these rods out, and then I have a beach, and done night scenes, and then what was cool with the night scene is I did the moon, and so I did like a CFL color, which it changes under the CFLs. So it kind of went from like a moony color to a pink. And so it was like a harvest moon under a different light, and yeah.
that.
So put the animals on there. Been doing a lot of owls and swans recently, so these are scraps. These 3 sections here are like from my scrap bin.
I see you
just
do people
pieced
as
them
well
up.
too.
Oh, the ladies,
Yeah.
the pregnant ladies. Yeah, I do the fetus implosion.
Yeah, that one was dope. You got a bunch of them that I was like, yo, her art is sick.
Thanks.
Yo.
Yeah, nobody does the fetus implosions either, which was cool to figure out.
Look at Lila. She's like,
What? I'll have to check it out. You haven't posted on your page?
I do. Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. I wish I would have worn one. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little baby floating in the glass, and and then I just build a lady around it. And I was doing them naked for a while. A guy asked me to make one with a shirt one day, and it turned out better because I did a pattern on there. And it was cool. It was cool. And then I can do their hair long and flowy, and I kind of make it so that they're like holding onto the string or holding it like this, and their hair's holding it or whatever. And it's silly.
what
But
was
yeah.
that conversation like? Where he's like, hey, I really like what you do, but could you just add a shirt to that, please?
I think he just said, I want one of these with a shirt. And it was just like, those tits are nice. And those tits are good.
See, look at him. He messing up your artwork.
Yeah. So
That's so fun.
I like him pointed up a little bit. Maybe he doesn't like that style. Like, I don't know. Try to get like the under boob going. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not the face thing. I need somebody to help me. I don't know. There's just some stuff that I'm not grasping. The first one I ever made kind of looked like that guy from Saw.
Oh no!
Like the cheekbones, and the scary thing.
The jigsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And he's supposed to be like
A pregnant lady.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, it was bad, but
Yeah.
I
got
gave
it
it away.
gave it away. I love it.
Okay, what's the most interesting piece you've done?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know. In what regard? Okay, well, when I was in college, I guess it was interesting because it was an installation piece. It was like this small room. It was a long room, and it kind of like jig-jagged. It was like a box and then like a hallway that went like this. And it was this gallery, and so you submit to the gallery, and so me and my friend submitted this idea, and she made all these like plaster sculptures and stuck all this like costume jewelry all over it, and then we lined the wall with mirrors and all these really bright lights. And it was really intense. Like, it was almost like you wanted to get the hell out of that room. And that was the point of it, you know? It was, like, uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. Like, it's too much. It's too cluttered. It's all that, you know? Like, and then, so you go from that, and then you, like, are kind of, like, drawn into my area, which was, like, these 6 to 8 foot glass raindrops. And I made these huge steel frames, and then had them all hanging through, and you kind of had to, like, weave through them all. And I put all these, like tons of glitter all over the ground underneath them, and, like, made kind of swirls in it. It looked like they were dropping into it a little bit, like ripples, and it was awesome. I felt so good when I got done. I had, like, 500 of these, 400 to 500, some of them broke, definitely, but of these huge glass raindrops, and I hung them through the whole thing, and oh, it was so fun. It was kind of stressful getting it up. There were really heavy steel bars that I had welded together to get so that all this glass weight wouldn't fall, you know. And it was an intense project, but when it got done, it was one of those moments. This is what I wanted. I planned this so well that you feel it. You feel what we wanted you to feel walking in. And so it was like this energy of like, oh, I want to get out of here. And then you walk through the tranquility of this raindrops, and the lighting was just calm, and I don't know, it was just like an experience, you know, and it felt good because people left there telling me that's what the experience that they had, you know, and
that's
so
really cool.
It was nice, yeah.
So how have you been to St. Louis often?
My sister actually moved there when I was 13, I think, maybe 12. So I started coming on the train all the time. Okay. Yeah.
That reminds me of like the City Museum. Like
yeah,
that's what that's like. That's like a recreation of that, but like on steroids. That kind of sounded like.
No, like the city. I mean, maybe the City Museum inspired me because I've been going there since I was that age. You know, no, actually, I think I was 15 because I couldn't drive. So yeah, the last time I took the train, that was the first time I went to the City Museum with my sister. And that was awesome. It was a good experience. I love St. Louis, dude. It is I love that city. Yes, it is so much fun. Good shows. Yeah. Music scene. Mm-hmm. So
good Italian food and Chinese food.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't realize. This is news.
Yeah. We're pretty known for the Chinese food, but it's like a different type of Chinese food.
Right.
Yeah. It's like fried rice. We're known for fried rice.
Like American Chinese food? Or
yeah.
Like fried rice is good. I'm in. Like
yeah. It's a different type of fried rice though. Like there's no peas and carrots in it.
Oh. So what is it?
It's like it's a lot like it's a lot darker.
It's more like sauce.
Brown rice?
Seasoning.
So it's like it's yeah, they put like a ton of it, so it looks like it's like it's even darker than like.
And then they fry
rice.
it, or so they season it with soy and then they fry it. Interesting.
It's really good.
I like food. I like to cook too, so I like food. I'm into it.
Me too. I'm ready for it today.
Are you? Yeah.
I've been struggling with the appetite, but now I got good in.
Appetite's a hard thing. It is. I get there too. Maybe that's why you get sick all the time. You know, it's like an equilibrium deal, right?
I got like motion sickness.
Yeah.
Because we're right here on the lake, and I love looking at the lake, but going out there, fuck that.
Right. I feel it too, though. It's not as intense as what you're explaining, but yes, like feel that.
I want to go out on a boat out here, like for real.
It's fun. It is, especially if you're not driving, you're just drinking.
Do you do jet skis?
I never have, but I think we're going to this summer. My husband really, really wants some, and whatever, I'm cool. Like, let's do this. Like, let's just have some fun, you know? So tight. Whatever we can do on the weekend to just like have a good time and enjoy life, you know?
Have you been on a jet ski?
I haven't.
Okay, it scares me.
Is it scary?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh,
but maybe you'd probably be more adventurous.
I saw Thrill. I'm not though. Like, I'm not. I'm kind of a pussy, dude. Like, I am. It's scary. Things freak me out, and I'm like, okay, somebody's got to talk me into this shit, like, you know, and get into your head.
That's when the liquid courage goes in, because I don't think I could do jet ski sober, but if I was a little like, all right, wait, ain't that illegal?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I'm lying. Yeah, I'm lying. I was just kidding, y'all. I would never do that.
The lake cops, like the lake cops coming to get you with their little boats.
Yeah, I'd never do that, guys.
Never. No drinking and skiing.
Yeah.
No, people get wild out here on the lake.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. You should try to go to some of these beaches, man. It is insane. There's this one beach, and I swear everybody that goes there is a model. Like, it's like, I felt really good about my swimsuit this year, and then I came here, and all these chicks in these thong bikinis, and it's just like, I gotta cover up my ass nowadays, you know? Like, they're walking around with six-packs, man, and I'm just like, that is fucked up. It is like, come on, it's the Lake of the Ozarks, so you go to the public beach, and it's all good.
Right, there's a range.
Yeah,
of bodies you'll see out
I heard that.
the
Like,
Ozarks.
that's probably like the bros. That's the bros.
Different areas.
Side of it.
It's bro country, man. Like these certain like. Well, they're. I guess it's not a resort, you know. This place is like just a set off little beach, you know, and they've got like white sand beaches and like a canopy you can drink at.
Is it Coconuts or something like it?
Coconuts is over by my house, actually. That's where we live over in that area. So, no, this is Frankie and Louie's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
So they're like Sunrise Beach. It's fun though.
Yeah.
We go there. They got good bar food. You can take it out on the beach and hang out.
Yeah.
It is. It does kind of smell like gasoline though, because there's a boat dock right there, and so we like the nature stuff. Like there's a public beach that we go to, and it's just like bluffs, and it's so beautiful. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
So big, vast area.
There's places you can hike out here too.
Yep.
There's a couple parks.
Yeah.
We've gone out like Tonka.
Yeah, that's where we go to. Yeah. It's beautiful. Like getting to the spring and it's so pretty, that blueness coming out of that. It's so nice.
All right, so I'm sold. Too T3rpd is gonna have a satellite studio in the Lake of the Ozarks.
The new vacation spot always.
We know we're on board. Yeah.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had more of a glass community here, and I know that's not in existence. But I think it goes into it. I know I tried to get in touch with these head shops and stuff. I just think they're in their own little compartmentalized thing. That's fine. I'm not like that's great. It's just how people do things, you know. But it's hard when I am used to like. I am with the head shops especially, you know, like in Bloomington, that's the way it was. So, and I don't know, I am from out of town. I don't know if that's it, but yeah. But
how long you been here?
6 years, I think. Yeah, okay. 6 years. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be an out-of-towner for the rest of my life if I live here. Sure. Somebody told me it's like third generation, so my kids' will be considered like from here.
Oh, shit. I ain't know it's that deep.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, I live in the boonies.
So it's like a lot of locals like pride right here?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know,
that's kind of I'm familiar with how that can be. But not every little place has it. But is there like a lot of there's different parts of it. This is Lake Ozark.
This is the town Lake Ozark.
Okay.
And that is Lake of the Ozarks behind us. You know, so yeah. And they got Osage Beach, and you know, and that's over here is like where we go shopping. You know,
okay.
So they got all the Deerbergs and Gerbs, which is Kroger.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what would Osage Beach be considered?
Osage Beach?
Yeah.
Like right there.
Oh.
Or over there. I don't know. I get really turned around in this area big time. It took me a really long time to understand this town, but it's too many winding roads.
Right. It is.
Yeah, we definitely got to come back for sure.
Are you getting out to any trade shows this year?
I wish. I'm busy. Yeah. We've got orders till. I've got over a year's worth of orders right now.
Oh my god!
So.
Wait, what does that mean? Okay, so then you can't.
My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It feels good. It does. It feels good. Sorry guys, I don't mean to brag. But.
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
So what does that mean? That means that people can pick from your existing inventory, or if they're placing big orders,
big orders.
But there's no one-off customs or it's for a year. Maybe if they get on the list now, they could get something in 2024.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I try to put some customs in there. You know, I know it's one piece, it's one person. You know, and I can slide that in. You know, easy, and it doesn't affect the shop at all. But
that's amazing.
We're busy all the time, so I'm just trying to make as much as I can and make it look the right way, and do that. So.
Damn.
Yeah. Production life, right? That's, I'm a little factory. It's just a small one. But,
right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's important, though. I think that I've had people think that this isn't art. You know what I mean? And I don't agree with you. I'm sorry that just because I made the same thing over and over again, it's not art. Like, I express myself every freaking day in this. It feels like I do. It feels like I'm putting myself into this stuff, you know? And this kind of stuff is like especially American stuff. It is like the bread and butter of these head shops, you know, and it helps them place orders for the larger pieces, and you know, and I feel like if everybody can just have an appreciation for where they sit in the community and understand their spot, and if they want to go somewhere else, that's fine, but understand that everybody is important in it. You know, everybody's art is important, and you know, that's what art is. You can't just, you know, there's just a lot of hate, you know, sometimes. And it's like, no, like, this is good. Like,
I'll go out on a limb, or not a limb at all, and just say whoever said it wasn't art is wrong. Executive decisions, just, you know.
Mostly artists that don't think that pipes can be art at all. And then we all know that's not fucking true, you know.
Right.
Like,
No.
So even if you don't want to consider this it, like, we all know that, like some of that shit should be in a museum, you know, and it should sit in that museum because it made history, dude. It's making history. This stuff is making history. Like, not this. I'm saying like that stuff. Like,
sure.
You know.
Like honestly, this piece I would never smoke out of. I got a piece at home that I'm never gonna smoke out of. There's certain pieces that I have. Yeah, I just bought them just to have them because I really do look at them like they really are art.
It depreciates it instantly, you know. Yeah. So the second you smoke out of it, it's the value goes. It's basically gone. It's like a piece of shit now. It is like it. You know, nowadays people can resell because the laws have changed. You know, so you can sell a used piece in a lot of areas, but yeah.
What's that been like? So you've been blowing glass since 2008. Like, how has the, I don't know, like public perception and like the laws, like how's that kind of changed and progressed?
Well, yeah. I don't know. You kind of get the feeling that I went to school, right? I was with all these like glass artists, you know, and they're awesome. They're glass artists, dude. They are amazing people. They showed me so much. I'm so appreciative toward them. But the consistent like idea that they all spouted out was that you know, I'm not going into art if I'm going into this kind of a thing, you know.
Why?
Because it's like a dirty thing, like a dirty hippie does it, and that's it's just, I don't think that at all. I think it's beautiful, you know, and I think that dirty hippies are beautiful, and you know, like I think I just feel like everybody has their place, you know what I mean? Everybody does, and there's too much separation in it, though. You know what I mean? That, I guess, is it. And for a really long time, you know, you're like, oh, you're making pipes for a living? Okay, you know, and like I was just like, you're right, I am doing that. But I'm working harder than you every single day of my life, you know? Yeah. Every day I work harder than you do. The job that you work for somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like...
Yeah. Let's go.
You know what I mean, though? Like, it's just like, I don't know. People can say whatever the fuck they want, but yes, like, through the years, it's gotten better because the laws have changed, and this looks, when you say, I'm a glass blower, aren't the same, but you get this look like, oh, you're a glass blower? Oh, that's so cool. What do you make? I make pipes for a living. Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, like... That's public, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the public, you know? And, it's people that don't smoke, you know, obviously. But not everybody smokes, so... Yeah.
I still think that's stupid, though, because, like... Ooh, my bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because even so, still, like, they should even appreciate it, just the fact that I don't know. That's weird to me. Like, for real.
It's weird to me, too.
You gotta get the thing. You gotta get that thing in their fucking hand, though, and then they see it, and they're like, wait a second. Exactly. You said you made meth pipes, man. No, I did not say that. You know, like, I don't make meth pipes. Right. I've had people ask me, and I'm like, fuck off. Like, you know? But...
You know what? I never looked at it from that perspective. You're right. They probably do look at it when you say pipes. They don't even think about weed automatically. They probably do think, like...
That's so crazy.
Whenever they think about weed, they probably think about like what we're doing right now, smoking out of a joint, and they don't associate like actual glassware as like you could smoke weed out of it or you could smoke flour.
Right.
Maybe.
That's how a lot of people feel about like rigs.
back when I started, dude, like there was people didn't like stoners the way that they are. Like, it's just more accepted. I'm from Illinois. I'm in the Midwest here, you know. And it's not California. It's not the East Coast. Like, it's the Midwest, and people have fundamental ideas about things, and just like everybody does.
Yeah.
And they can become very close-minded to it. The best thing that you can do in any instant where somebody doesn't understand something is be kind and understand that you didn't understand something at one point and judged it, and just say, I get it. You don't get this. That's fine. But let me try to explain it to you in a way that you do. And when you open up a case and it's full, and then you open up another case and it's full, and you open up another case and it's full, and you say, this was 2 weeks of work, they get the idea, They get the idea that it's not some lazy stoner doing it,
Yeah.
Right.
So, because that's what it is. You're a stoner. Oh, you're lazy. Oh, you're a glass blower, like that kind of thing. But
is it changing?
oh, it's totally changed.
Yeah,
oh,
cool.
It's done. But that's the progression of it,
Yes.
Yeah.
Started there, and now we're here, and it is just like, whatever. I'm like, I tell the moms that I do this, and they're like, cool, mom, that's fine. And
Right.
so, yeah, no, there's an acceptance
I
now.
got an idea for you. That's a good way to get initiated into the mom group around there.
I've made some friends.
I
Let's
guess
just say.
do a little class with the moms.
Yep, I've made some friends, go to tumble time and like, yeah.
This is dope. Yeah.
Yep.
I love this.
Thank you. Pass it on.
Thank
Good.
you.
Preach.
Yeah, I'm glad we
Set
got to
the tone.
connect. I'm glad you came down to that mixer.
Yeah, that was cool. My friend James invited me. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He was at the beginnings for me, so we met him at a bar, and he was a glassblower too. So
Nice.
we're like, sweet, why don't you come and work for free out of our studio, and we'll just look at you. And it worked out for us,
That's
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's hard.
But yeah, Ben knows James pretty well too. That's how I didn't know Ben at all until that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cool.
James just invited me out, and that guy seems super cool though. He really does.
Ben?
Yeah, he does. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
So
Ben's the realest show. As a matter of fact, he was our first glass blower to come on.
was
And
he?
Okay.
Okay.
And we had a great conversation, and he's been solid ever since. So I
Cool.
definitely want to thank Ben for this got a little high for making this connection. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. Yeah, we went to that. We spent the whole day down at that event.
Yeah. Did you guys were there the whole day?
He was there the whole day.
Nice.
I came and went, but it was, glass blowers are a cool group of people.
Hell yeah,
I
we
like
are.
talking to that.
We're fun. We
Yeah.
get all
Yes.
together too. There's a special energy
It
to it. It's
is.
so fun. You guys have to go to Champs. You really do. It's
I'm good.
you could get in as a a buyer,
Okay,
because you have a
right.
grow shop.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
you could definitely do it.
I kind of want to check it out because
It's
honestly,
a vacation. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
so-
Vegas vacation.
Okay.
glass blowers are my favorite people. No, for real though. I say this every time I have glass blowers on.
I
Y'all are my
know.
favorite people.
What's
Yeah.
so favorite about us though?
It's just it's just a
Put you on the spot.
You guys are just it's like,
it's a different type of energy. So you're the first one not to do it, but literally every time a glass blower comes on, they always have their shoes off.
Yeah, you do not want to smell my feet. I do not do that to people. Yeah, you take your shoes off, after working? And ew. I literally work in these boots. They just hold the smell of it. And I'm sorry, it's just the truth. I have inserts, and they go from one shoe to the other. And so does the smell,
I think it's like a
Fellas can learn
creative-
from you, yo. Fellas can learn from you. I'm just gonna say, it was cool.
Did they stink? Did their feet stink? Say it for
don't-
real.
Don't ask the question.
Come on.
You don't have to answer
Come
that.
on, Ben.
No.
Come on.
That ain't what it was when I signed up.
They take their shoes off. That's
We want
so
our
funny.
guests to come back.
No, I'm just kidding.
But that was your example of why you like glass blowers so much. So, do you have a foot fetish? That is the real
Whoa,
fetish.
no. Okay, no. That's the exact opposite. I actually hate feet. But the reason why I found that so interesting is
Right, it's
because
lax.
Yep, comfortability.
Right.
It's just kind of real chill. That's the thing about glass blowers. I tend to find they're very fun, outgoing, and it's just yeah.
There,
Have
I question why that is. Does there is an energy to it, I think we like attention. And we want to be unique. And it is a unique field. And it does set us apart a little bit. And it feels that way, you know, and it feels good to feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's it or if that's just me, you know, but everybody wants something special about themselves, do they not? Like, and they want something that sets them apart. And this just happens to be what glass blowers have, I guess. And maybe that's one of it. Like, we just... I don't know. I try to figure that out too, because we all do have similar personalities in that regard. But
it's more like a not give a fuck energy, more so.
That's true. Yeah.
And I don't know. I like that type of vibe. That's the type
it's
of
real.
I don't know. That's the energy that I like. I kind of have. So like, you know,
it's real though. It's just being truthful too. You know, everybody thinks things, and what are you gonna just like keep it in? I don't know.
That's how I feel too, kind of. But yes, I guess you gotta be in the right company, right?
Of course, you know where your filters are and which ones to insert and take out, right? But yeah.
Right.
It is more comfortable to just be able to sit and be real. You know?
For real.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite shit to do. That's what I like. That's the energy I try to create around here. It's like just.
I'm comfortable, so
good.
It feels like friends just hanging out.
Yeah.
So
Good.
Good talk with you. I'm glad we made this
thanks.
happen.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Hell yeah.
You guys are good people. It seems like I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
Work at it
that.
every day, right? Like
Yeah.
that means something. Even if you wake up with that intention, like try to be a good person.
Just be nice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Try to be kind.
Yeah.
Try to understand.
Doesn't always pan out.
I fail so much, dude. Everybody does, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. But hey, that's how you respond to those.
Right.
That's what matters.
I guess so. Yeah. I hope so. Whew.
Nah, for real. It's how you respond to the failures.
Right. For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Failed a million times. Shit.
So it's just the feet thing then.
Yo, I swear, I promise you, I hate feet, yo.
We have a real studio audience now.
Aww.
The studio audience has arrived, and it feels very official because there's a sliding glass door, so like they can't access us. They can just like wave.
They can only wave.
Yes. Wow, we are moving up in the world,
People
yo.
care.
This is dope, yo. Wait, I can't wait till we get a studio and it's really like this for real.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of lit. This kind of added a whole new element to this now.
Yeah.
We might need to do this.
You know what I thought about, and you guys can tell me I'm stupid, but would it be cool for a podcast person to buy a box truck, soundproof it, and then you go anywhere, and you'd have your little studio set up inside of the box truck?
I like it.
People do that.
People do that? Okay. I'm like, this can't be an original idea. Okay.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
all
heard
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's people that do that.
Just a thought.
One of my homies, he shot it. He told me about that. They make like those the sprinters.
What is it?
Those sprinter vans that they have, like the Mercedes ones. Those like those box trucks.
Oh yeah, yes.
they make
it's like
those
a van. It's like a utility van, kind
Yep.
of. It's like really square on the back.
Yeah, there's a whole company that customizes those specifically for podcast studios.
No kidding.
Yep.
Well, there you go. I could have been a millionaire.
Nah, I mean it's still worth doing. Like, just find the podcast that you want to do, and really that makes sense. Like, really, that would be worth investing in one day for us when we want to do like Too T3rpd all across the country.
Let's just go to the lake.
No, real though. Like, yeah, we just make sure we have.
I do like the
windows in it.
window situation. Do you guys have a window in the other one? Because I've only listened to the podcast. I've never watched. So
I'll have to show you some
and
pictures and
so
video.
in the you can see. Can you see the arch from the window then? In that too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You guys don't need that. You know, you have the perfect view. Like, it is.
Right.
It is perfection. Like, so
I did that was on purpose.
Hi.
What up?
What a beautiful person. You have a beautiful smile.
She's a beautiful person inside and out.
She looks like she's just glowing,
Katie.
isn't she?
Yes. She is.
Yeah, this is dope. Oh, did you want to? What's up?
How long we been running?
What? We're going like hour 30, almost hour 40.
Yeah.
Cool.
It flew by.
It did. Yeah.
I definitely. I want to get one of these pieces from you. So are these spoken for?
They are, but I can remake it if you'd like
Oh,
one. It's okay.
God.
This is an order. Like, you know.
I can't ask for VIP treatment. No, I'll get on the list.
Yo.
I'll wait a year and a half.
Yo.
It's fine.
Shit.
It really is. It won't get.
Oh my God.
Seriously, no, absolutely. Like, yeah,
No,
don't.
no,
Yes.
No, this is hard, Joe. This is a flex for real.
Yeah, right.
Yo.
Oh yeah, you can't have any of this.
Hey, if that's how it is, that's how it is.
That's
It's
dope.
an order. It is an order, you know.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, I knew I was coming, and so
Yeah.
I just looked at my order and said, make a few of everything that I can from this order. And they didn't order everything that I have, so, but they ordered a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, I can go to Sunshine Daydream and probably get some though, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they have of mine. They might have some old stuff, and you know, you see in the older stuff, it's a lot smaller, you know, and my stuff has gotten thicker and bigger, and it's still pretty thin in comparison to other people's. But
It's durable though. It's not like super delicate, you know, like.
it used to be more so, you know, like it's being poor and wanting to stretch my materials and whatnot. But yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Honestly, that makes for great work, though.
What's that?
Like, having to stretch it out, because then you got to be more creative.
Ah, yeah. Well, it made for thinner work, that's for sure. It's more breakable.
Yeah, but it still is creative, though.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
Hey, you always got to look for the positive.
It's always, you know, yeah, it's always the best idea to be positive. That's for sure. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Trust. That's the only way that I've gotten this far with this.
Hey, man, my prices have gone up too, though. You know, they got thicker,
Good.
but I also charge more because
Yeah.
it's according. You know, all that color does not come at no price. So
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
prices have
Gotta
gone up a
charge for your
lot.
work, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, it's all high quality work, like, for real, for real. And that's the thing that, like, always, like, I don't know, that's the thing that's so impressive to me now with this podcast is, like, we get to be so close to, like, all these people. And, like, it used to be, like, you would go into a shop and be like, man.
You'd see the piece and not the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that is so, I don't know, that's always just blowing my mind now. Just to, I don't know.
It's weird, you know. It's like I've made over 10,000 oneies, oneies, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, think about that. Like, that's
10,000
people. Or you know, there's some people that, you know, they collect my oneies and they break one and they'll get a pack, and you know, it's the cheapest thing, so it's disposable, I guess. Like,
Sure.
but
So
yeah.
like, oh man, like, I don't know. I'm about to be a little loser right now, but it's all right. So this reminds me of like those like antique shoes and stuff like that. The little miniature shoes. I forget what they used to be called.
Are they perfume bottles? Is that what you're talking about?
No, they were actually like miniature shoes, and like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Almost like Norman Rockwell, but they're physical, 3D.
Yeah.
They're almost like made, like they look real, but they're kind of solid.
Yeah, my mom used to collect those.
My mom too.
Yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then. I remember we went to a convention one time, and the lady that made them was actually there. And I just remember like being there, and it was just like, wow. Yeah.
Right, like in a curio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like, whenever like we're looking at this, and like, that gives me these vibes. Like, those are the type. That's how I think your quality of work is. It's like, when like you see this, it's like, these are collector's items. Like, you can make these into series and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel like detailed your artwork is. Like, I'm a real fan of your artwork.
I've got this customer in Edwardsville, and they get a hold of me every now and again. They're just like, I broke it again, you know, and I'll make it, you know, again. And they are so cool. This is like this married couple, really nice. We've talked, you know, you get to know some people, but
Yeah, these are
not
just
10,000 people, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but this is just like, I don't know. This is some unique art, like, for real.
Gracias.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's what everybody that makes stuff wants to hear. So
Like,
I appreciate that.
Oh, shit. Honestly, I appreciate you coming on our show. Like, hey man, you big out here talking about
You made
got
it
a
pretty
whole-
easy for me. You literally came like to my area, so that was nice.
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to get you on for real because I really liked your art. So
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback. I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. Like, you know, I don't know. It's never, yeah, taken aback. Thank you.
I don't know. When I see it, I like it. I go for it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I had some other pendants there too. Oh, I forgot my dragon. Damn it. I was going to bring him. I like him. I don't know.
No, you got a bunch of dope pieces. That's why it's like, yeah. We gotta have you on again.
Cool. I'm
For
in.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to have you come to St. Louis this time. We came to you So
Yeah.
you have to come to us.
I come visit a lot. You know, like I said, my sister's up in Glen Carbon. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's up there. Kids have awesome cousins to play with. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I guess we go ahead and wrap this one up. Shoot. I'm starting to get...
speedboat going by.
Yeah. And I'm starting to get hungry, too.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely affects the digestive system.
After smoking?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Start getting the munchies for real, yo.
Yeah.
All right. Let them know where they can find you at.
Go Instagram at JEM Glass. JEM with a J. It's my initials, Jamie Aaron Morse. And then I married a Maze, so it kind of worked out.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so, yep.
You thought about that, didn't you?
I really planned it out. I was like, nope, not you, dude. That's a G.
I'm not Jake.
Yep, I'm not going to be Jag Glass. Yeah.
I like that. All right, you already know, Lila.
Okay, you can find us at Grow Gear down in South City, St. Louis, Lindenwood Park, and on all socials at Grow Gear STL. And sometimes vending at events. That was fun. We got to meet a lot of cool people
It is
yesterday.
fun, yeah.
And shout out again to Waxy for coming on and, you know, making sure we had a warm welcome and all that. We
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yep.
Legit. But, all right, y'all. Y'all already know. Y'all follow Ryan. He's on assignment as always. Well, shit, we're on assignment too.
Yeah. We're on different assignments.
Yeah. Separate assignments. But y'all already know. Follow him at Ryan Risky Fargo on all socials. Then follow Too T3rpd. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. And then also hit up that make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. Then hit up that hotline, 314-399-9711. And then don't forget to follow me, Donovan2408, on all social media platforms. All right. And y'all already know it's been another episode. And we will see you next time. Peace.
It's 2 T3rpd.